So there's a lot of weird things going on in the world, as we know, from, the Olympics to content creation. And 2024 has been a crazy year thus far. We're already in August and things just keep coming out. And what I mean by that is a lot of pedophile stuff from a lot of the content creators, the people well known around content creation. And things just keep leaking out as days keep moving forward. And the most recent, and I think the biggest one, Chris, has got to be Ava, right? From Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
And the things that were going on 5-7 years ago. Where are we right now in the world of streaming, content creation, and all of these things leaking out? Where are we going?
I don't know, man. It's all weird because it seems like right now every week,
something
new comes out.
Yeah,
whether it be some pedophilia stuff or not necessarily pedophilia, but talking to a minor, talking to an underage.
Yeah,
whether it be a boy or a girl.
Yeah, and
either way underage.
Yeah, not like, oh, I didn't know.
You know their age. Yeah. You know what's going on. You're well aware of what's happening. You got the debates going on, and then people being more mad at one side than the other side when both sides were very confusing. We are talking about the Sneeko and Moist Critical debate. That was probably one of the weirdest debates I have personally ever seen in my life. We got freaking Kai Cenat's
cameraman, Chris the cameraman,
not Chris from A&P. All right, Chris the cameraman, who was immediately fired after Kai confirmed what was going on.
And if you saw the text,
if you saw those messages,
it was crazy. It was crazy. It was explicit.
Violent. He went into full detail what he wanted to do. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think
he's wild.
He was in his early 20s when the messages were happening, and
I think they said it was 19, right? He was 19.
No,
she was 17?
So it was confirmed he was like 21, 22 around the time.
Okay.
So that's what Kai said. He was around that 21, 22 around the time. She was 17 around the time. She had lied originally, but then she let him know, like, I'm actually 17. And even after he knew.
Yeah, he was like, I don't care. Age is just a number.
He walked out. He said, "Oh, I'm trying to do this. I'm not going to say what he said.
Yeah.
You can go look it up for yourself."
Yeah.
It got crazy. Okay. Same thing with Ava. Those messages,
and that's like years of messages.
Like for
too.
one,
Discord stuff.
Calling a little boy daddy.
Wow.
What are we doing?
I
don't call anybody daddy as a friend. I don't even call my dad daddy.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, that's weird.
I'm Puerto Rican. I call him Papi. All right, but what are we doing? Yeah. I would never call another man, let alone a little boy.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. Yeah.
All right. Weirdo stuff.
And then when those things came out, Ava was like, "Oh, I'm stepping away." Right. And then Mr. Beast puts out a tweet saying, "Oh,
we're investigating.
Yeah, we're investigating. Hire a separate team." I think it's really to save face because there are messages and allegations of him knowingly being aware of this type of behavior prior to this, because in his tweet he's like, I just learned about these behaviors, and it's like, you just learned, because there's a lot of evidence that show otherwise. So it's very weird.
So we'll find out, because that's probably going to be some more info coming out about Mr. Beast and that whole situation, because I feel like the rabbit hole is a little deeper than we're seeing right now.
It's scary, bro.
It is. It's very scary. I know I saw one thing, but to me, what Mr. Beast or what they're accusing him of in what I saw, it's a toss-up, right? It could be a reach. Now, if they find more instead of the one thing that I saw, because the one thing I saw was him making a joke about, at the time, at the time, it was Chris, not Ava. I think Mr. Beast was like 18 around the time or something. Probably, he made like a joke about his wee size. So it's like, whatever. But if there's more that's in there that lets people know, then hey, it is what it is. Yeah. It's been a good run for you, Mr. Beast.
Yo, a very good run. Probably the most successful YouTuber.
Like, it's
ever,
unfortunate because I feel like a lot of these content creators, like in Mr. Beast's situation, it sucks because I feel like a lot of people don't like him just because of his
and they try to, come at him. I get that.
And they're trying to get him out of there. And it's unfortunate that his friend was the reason this stuff is happening. Same thing with Kai, right?
Yeah.
His friend, who was there since day one, same thing with
day one.
With Ava, day one, they did the weirdo stuff, but guess what? Now you're liable because that was your man. You had to know, oh my God.
Yeah.
And to me, that's not necessarily true because people do stuff behind closed doors. You don't really know every single detail. So, I don't know. We'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
But a lot of weirdo stuff going on, like the debate with Sneako and Moist. Moist made a terrible comparison of children or minors choosing a gender is the same as them choosing a sport, which is a horrible analogy because it's not. You're talking
not
about
same, bro.
A life-altering surgery or decision compared to like, hey, I want to play basketball, I want to play tennis, I want to play golf, I want to play that.
My kids change their mind all the time. One day they want to play the guitar, next day they want to skateboard. It's not the same. It is not the same.
So like I'm all for supporting the LGBTQs and that entire community, but what he said was wild, right? You can't compare that to each other. And then Sneako, I don't know how, like, Moist came out with a video and was kind of like, guys, I made a mistake. He said he got reeled into the debate by Sneako. Like, he thought it was going to be a private conversation. And if Sneako was like, nah, we're doing this on stream live right now.
Like, caught him off guard. Yeah.
So I can understand that point. Like, yo, he kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared.
I think if I was him, I would have stepped away. Like, you know what? I didn't sign up for this.
I'm not here to debate.
Peace.
I'm not here for none of that.
Yeah.
But then Sneako, for some reason, I get he's a professed Muslim, right?
I guess. I don't follow Sneako too much. He's a little wild for me.
Me either, but I'm almost positive he's a professed Muslim.
Yeah.
So he's saying in the Quran and his religion, women are technically should be able to get married once they reach physical maturity, which means they get their period.
Yeah, which is wild to me. This is wild.
I work in a middle school, bro.
Yeah.
These 12-year-old, 13-year-old girls get their period around that time. A lot of them.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
And for him to say that is still so wild to me because, like, bro, so what's in your mind? I don't really want to know, but if you're thinking that, where does that lead to?
Right.
Do you start looking at these girls because now they're mature to you?
Right. And then the thing is, both their arguments were kind of similar, but just on different sides of the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
Moist was saying, hey, if the kid is okay with it and the parents are okay with it, I'm okay with it, right? Like, who am I to say whatever? Sneako, same thing. If the girl's 14, mind you, he kept saying girl. He never mentioned boy. He probably did, but whatever. Any kid is a kid.
Yeah.
If the kid is okay with it, and the father, he didn't say anything about the mother, but he said if the father approves of it, it should be able to happen.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What kind of debate is that? Why are we even debating this on a public platform?
And then Moist,
for people to see,
steps away from his podcast and everything because of this whole situation.
Right. So it wasn't because of the situation. Supposedly it wasn't. No. The video he put out, that's what I'm saying. He put out the video was like, he was going to step away anyways. He was saying that
it just feels a little like
he didn't want to be chronically online, which I get.
Yeah, no, I get the internet can be very toxic, and
Now you could tie it together, obviously.
Yeah, it feels like that's
what everybody's going to do.
Yeah, it feels that way. It's like, he was going to do it anyway.
No, but he wasn't even the one that put out the
I know, it was the
email. It was the co-host.
Yeah, the co-host, right?
So it would be the same thing if something happened with me and I already talked to Lou, like, bro, I'm out. I'm just going to be a teacher and I'm out of here.
It just seems too safe. That's all I'm saying.
It is. Yeah. It definitely is. But yeah, it's just all weird, man. Like, why is this going on?